Hey, come on in. The song I got playing right now is Skywalker by Miguel. Figure out what you're learning from this and or what you're feeling when it comes to a scenario that you're dealing with. Okay, maybe you're blocking out good people and or you're on the verge of doing so. Who's a good person that you could be blocking out? This could be a Pisces, a Capricorn, an Aquarius, or a Libra. Maybe you're fearing some type of separation and or what your next phase is going to be. And you feel like, okay, well, I know that I just need to detach myself from a particular situation that is unclear and or causing you to be confused. You're trying to be practical about the situation. But there could be somebody that's like-minded and or somebody that would actually, even if this is not love, they could be a good friend to you. They'll help you desire and or self-reflect something about yourself and be able to overcome a situation that's kind of holding you down. And so just make sure you, as you go through some type of scenario or you heal through a scenario, that you're not disregarding people that can actually help you practically. You also could be in your head right now because you feel like there's a relationship, an agreement, a contract, a lease, or something that you feel like, all right, well, something was filling the void, and now you feel a little lonely, and or it's like, okay, well, you're trying to move yourself away from this person, but maybe you're trying to be emotionally balanced while you do so. Because you feel like there's some type of excess baggage or it could create some type of issue. But you feel like somebody's trying to be mindful and or pay attention to you at this point in time. But you feel like this is just to accelerate them being around you even more. All right, so you could be walking away from one person. No, the title is collective. Make sure you're not watching too many readings. All right, what's your sign if you're watching too many readings? Good morning. You could be an Aries, a Pisces, or you're constantly watching an Aries, a Pisces, or about an Aries, a Pisces, maybe even an Aquarius. Okay? And somebody could be into doing certain things or saying certain things on purpose, so that way they could feel like, okay, well, I have people that's going to commemorate me and or say certain things about me, even if it's small or some things that they shouldn't be saying. They're adding stuff in there for no reason. Okay, so just be careful when it comes to watching too many readings. There is somebody around you that you can work with. This could be a Taurus, a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Capricorn. Okay, so there may be a relationship, a best friend, a co-worker, or just somebody around you that wants to connect with you or is going to be able to get through to you when it comes to something that you're trying to do. If you feel like, okay, well, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm connected or I'm doing things the right way when it comes to your discipline or what you're focusing on, then it seems like they'll help you do so. Okay. All right, let's move on. Something about a bike ride could be important, even if this is not you riding a motorcycle or going on a bike ride. You could be wanting to teach your kid how to ride a bike, or maybe you're just seeing kids in your neighborhood riding a bike. Somebody around you could be dropping the ball at the point in time that this is happening. Maybe right now they're trying to research some type of options that are practical between y'all and or figure out how you guys can fix a relationship so that way you feel like it's abundant. You could be dealing with a Gemini, a Pisces, an Aquarius, a Virgo, heavy on a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Sagittarius. But maybe you feel like it's time for you to have a relationship with somebody else. So it's like, okay, well, you're ready to put the work in onto yourself until something works out. But at the same time, somebody feels like y'all have a lot of history, that you know exactly what to say, or they feel like they know exactly what to say to get to you. So that way y'all don't have any kind of tension. Or you just have a high tolerance for their bullshit. Either or. Somebody's going to be dropping the ball soon. Just FYI when it comes to it. Maybe you're going to see them have some type of mood swings. If you're around a kid and it seems like a kid is having some type of mood swings at this point in time. Yeah, this could be happening soon or happening right now. This could be because of their sleep. Something is off when it comes to their sleep and or their rest. And this is causing their energy to shift. But it seems like it will pay off or there will be a wish granted in the end. Okay. They could end up being around a water sign soon, a Scorpio or a Cancer. Maybe they have a grandparent that's like a Scorpio or a Cancer. All right. You could be hyping a young one up, even if they're not an actual kid or a toddler. This could be somebody that's younger than you, so good job. You also could reject somebody a million times and they're still going to try when it comes to you. This could be a Cancer. Somebody definitely wants to talk to you. This could be a Taurus. Somebody says that they know exactly what they want. They feel like you're different. So this is the song Already Taken by Trey Songz. So they won't care about telling people that they're with you. They actually want to tell people that they're with you. And it's like, as much as you want to tell them, like, okay, well, I want to conversate with other people, or my body is just telling me it's time for something else, or it's rejecting you sexually or whatever, they feel like, okay, well, we can still be friends, or we could be lighthearted until we figure this out, until we're able to impress you or make you feel like you're comfortable. But something just may feel like it's not repairable with you right now, and you feel like somebody's just trying to hold on to you. Okay, so somebody's going to continue to try. Somebody could even be trying to get you pregnant, or you trying to get somebody pregnant, or they're trying to have a baby by you. All right, something is about to happen. Let's see. What's about to happen? Good morning. There's about to be some type of assessment that's happened, and or some type of review. There also could be somebody that's about to speak their opinion about a relationship. There could be an earth water sign relationship out here. Heavy on the earth water sign relationship, and there was some type of perception that this relationship was full of love. It was full of leisure. It was what it needs to be. Like, somebody didn't really have any kind of control, or they didn't feel any restraints about this relationship, but they were hiding it. Somehow they could have had a third party, or there was somebody else around, and somebody's like, okay, well, I don't want to hold you back when it comes to what you're determined to do, and or what you feel like is important to you. So somebody feels like, okay, well, this is throwing me off, so I'd rather let something go. But now they want some type of social support and or resource, because they feel like they have to be self-reliant. So somebody's about to speak up about this relationship. And somehow a Taurus, a Pisces, a Scorpio, a Virgo, a Capricorn, Aquarius, a Cancer, a Virgo, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius could be involved. Okay, somebody's about to talk about a situation. All right, be careful who you're around. Somebody around you could be approaching you, but they actually are armed and dangerous. And this is going to put you in some type of challenge that you don't need. So even if they're coming towards you like, I really want to be with you, whatever the case may be, it's going to take a lot for you to be with them, and or for them to feel like, okay, they're constantly happy. This could definitely be a Sagittarius for sure. Heavy on a Sagittarius, a Libra, or a Leo. Okay, and somehow you're going to be uncertain about dealing with this person, whether masculine or feminine, but you feel like they're going to offer you some type of trip or something that's just going to feel really good, but it's something about them is still unchanged. It's going to have you like, okay, well, what am I avoiding, or what is the point of this? The answer is still no. Okay, let's move on. All right, don't let some type of opportunity slip through your fingers. This could be related to your career. Who are you? You could be a Scorpio. You could be a Virgo, a Gemini, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, heavy on the fire sign, or a Pisces. Okay, so there's going to be some type of offer that comes towards you, and maybe somebody's coming towards you because they're dissatisfied in somebody else, or how someone else did something for them, and they feel like you're stable and you're able to figure something out. So make sure you're giving somebody some type of attention, and or it's like your customer service or whatever this is going to matter, because somebody could be mentally defeated and they're like, okay, well, how can I just save? Or they may somehow know referrals or something like that. All right, so be nice when it comes to your customer service if you have a business. All right, somebody around you could be trying to get you to lower your self-esteem. Who are you? Hey, hey. Right now, that's playing. This is Chris Brown. Somebody want to see you strip, but they could be trying to lower your self-esteem. This could be a Leo, a Cancer, an Aquarius, a Pisces, or a Scorpio. And maybe you're confused. You're like, okay, well, you feel like you're not sure what this person is looking for and or how they're feeling about you. Maybe you guys have had small conversations and just as friends, or just like, okay, well, I can embrace them or whatever. But secretly, maybe you feel like, okay, well, you need to have some type of discipline and or just kind of control these urges. You feel like this is a crush, or this is just somebody that's going to lead to a separation that you don't want. So you may be walking away from someone, but they could definitely want to sleep with you. They also could know somebody that you know, and it's like, okay, well, I want to give the illusion that I'm just compassionate or I'm just helpful throughout a change. Maybe they don't actually like the person that y'all know. So it's like, okay, well, I know that you know this, who is it? This could be a Taurus, so it could be an earth sign or a water sign. It's like, okay, well, I know that you know this earth sign or this water sign. I don't really like them anyway, but, you know, if you want to be with me, I'll be with you. But somehow they're going to try to lower your self-esteem if you accept this offer. So the answer is no. All right. Somebody around you needs to face what they did. This could be you and or somebody around you, especially if this is a Virgo, a Capricorn, a Cancer, and or a fire sign. Somebody feels, okay, well, I had some type of wisdom about a situation, but at the same time, I feel like I could be conceited. They feel like they have some type of finances and they can pay into whatever they wanted to without being consistent. And this is actually making them look immature and or irresponsible, even though they have some type of money or they're able to get something to work. They could be wanting some type of forgiveness and or they want someone to help them when it comes to a situation. They're in their head about their foundation and or their security. But they can make some type of decision and this is going to help them. But maybe right now they're being lazy when it comes to a situation because they feel like something is broken or something that's not going the way that they want to. And they just need to kind of meditate and get themselves out of this energy. So what do they do? Let's figure it out. What did this person do? All right, somebody could have gave love to somebody. Oh Lord. Somebody could have gave love to someone that they should have been walking away from and or been patient with. This is Janae Echo that's playing in the background, the worst. So this is somebody that they know they should have walked away from at all. And so, okay, well, I just got to deal with the fact that I went back to this person or whatever the case may be. Maybe it was giving love to this person because they feel like there's some type of legal matters or they wanted someone around them to feel like they could have a good time. It's like, okay, I'm worried about my kids. Or I'm worried about a particular situation. Yeah, there was some type of sexual fulfillment here. And now somebody's like, okay, well, now I want to be devoted to the truth and or what appeals to me. Now they feel like they want to resolve this issue for themselves and break free. But the other person could feel like, okay, well, we can work in sync or we can co-create. So somebody feels like they got themselves into somebody else's strategy and some type of plot. It's like, okay, well, let me just be honest about how I got myself here and how to get myself out. All right. What else? Be careful while you're driving. Somebody's car could get totaled. And or you could be looking at your finances. If this is about your car. Who is this? This could be regarding a Leo. I feel on the floor. This is a Virgo, a Leo, an Aries, a Sagittarius, a Gemini. Have y'all know while you're traveling, be careful. And maybe somebody feels like, okay, well, I need to read something or I'm looking at something particular while I'm driving and somehow there's a big mess that's already there. And they feel, okay, well, I can just move out the way or do something brilliant to avoid this. And somehow this creates another issue. So just FYI when it comes to that, when you're driving. If you're looking at your finances and you feel like, okay, well, it's a 50-50 chance that you'll be able to get something done and you feel like something's going to be complicated, you actually may find a situation to move forward. I don't know if this is like a payment thing to where somebody can split a payment in half or maybe there's a payment arrangement or something that's going to like, okay, well, whatever this big mess is or whatever, you can be patient through it. Now, you still may feel a little powerless when it comes to the situation because you still have to figure out how to get it done. And you may feel like it's unlikely, but there's some type of truth or something happens in your favor. Okay, so whether this is about your balance in your card, be careful. All right, what else? All right, you could be having an itchy palm and or an itchy scalp. If so, what do you need to know? Maybe you've been hitting your head or you've been like, oh, I can't scratch my scalp for whatever reason. Okay, so you feel like you're risking something based off of someone that's attached to you. This could be somebody that you feel like has some type of family unit or they have people around them that's giving some type of strength to go with the punches. And maybe you know that it's time for you to move on when it comes to this relationship. But you're going back and forth because you feel like, okay, well, this is giving you some type of strength and some type of help. But have a fresh mindset when it comes to this because you will be able to be adaptable. You are. Somebody could be one that's like, okay, well, let me see if I can sleep with you again or let me see if I can do something with you again. So that way you can feel like this is a healthy choice, but somebody's still dressing this up. So go ahead and walk away. If you've been gambling and you feel like, okay, well, I'm not sure about my resources, I'm going to walk away. And it's good for you to walk away from gambling. There could be somebody around you that's going to give you a fresh mindset. They may actually help you when it comes to your finances. And this may increase your ambition. Now, be careful because this person may want you weak in the knees as well. So still have your boundaries when it comes to this. I don't want you to put all your eggs in this basket when it comes to this situation. This could definitely be a fire sign that's coming towards you. Okay? So it's like you got to walk away from one person. You're worried about your finances. Somebody else comes towards to help you. Look, as soon as I said that, that's an Aries. It could be an Aries. But they're not your person. So don't get too happy when it comes to that. All right. What else? All right. You can feel like there's some type of opportunities that are currently delayed. Who are you? You could be a Pisces, a Leo, Taurus. What failed? A Cancer, an Aries. The song I got playing right now is Nicki Minaj. I don't know what song this is. He ain't messing with no average chick. Pop, pop. I don't know what song this is. Anyways, if you feel like there's some type of opportunities delayed to you, there's some type of relationship that's around you, and something that's causing you to lose some type of energy, you need to balance this. And maybe you feel like, okay, well, I have some type of contentment here, or we can do something to leisure and kind of figure out if we can make this work. The answer is a no. So if the answer is a no, the answer is a no. And your opportunity is going to be delayed until you realize it. Okay? You could be a money magnet. Even if you feel like you're needing some type of finances right now, who are you? That situation is going to change if you feel like you have to do something by yourself. You could be a Leo, a Libra, and Aries, a Leo, a Gemini. Heavy on the Libra. Maybe something about your birthday could be important. I don't know what fell. Oh, Capricorn, you were on the floor. So maybe you're waiting for something. All right. Let's see. Heavy on the Libra. All right, you could have broken trust with someone, and it seems like there's only a certain amount of time. If you feel like, okay, well, even though we don't have any trust between us, I still under a countdown. Maybe you got to get your rent paid. Maybe there's something that you need for yourself. There's some type of struggle or some type of storm that you think you're going to go through. You actually will be able to get something cheaper and or figure out a deal. So make sure you're not sitting into a relationship just because of someone else, because you feel like you need some type of plan, all right? You'll be able to save your money, and or this just needs to be your focus. All right, let's see. The next 7 days, what can you expect? You can be rejecting somebody for them. You can be focusing on anything that's creative, anything that makes you feel like you can have a little bit of fun, giving yourself the benefit of the doubt. Now, make sure you're not retaliating on somebody. You know, even if they believe you now, whatever the case may be, there's no need for you to have to prove yourself and or get even. You may be thinking outside the box when it comes to a situation. You are going to receive something correctly and or on time. You also could be around a Sagittarius, maybe even a Libra. This person could be focusing on your pictures, your comments, and or your social media, or you're looking at theirs. Something could be happening this weekend. Maybe they're in a wave of emotions for a lot, back and forth for whatever reason. Somebody could have a business partner, and it seems like something is not really being expressed between them, and somehow one of them could be discussing you with their business partner. Someone could have gotten your ex, your man, your wife, or your husband, or whoever this is, and they're still mad. They also could be worried about some type of finances and feel like they need some more space in or room for themselves. You will be finding a relationship that will stand the test of time, and things won't be as bad as you're thinking right now. And you just feel like it's tough right now, so just hang tight, because things are being fixed behind the scenes, especially if your money is tight. Okay, so just relax when it comes to it. Hey. All right, you're continuing to do something and nobody's forcing you. So what are you continuing to do? All right, you keep changing directions when it comes to your mind or what you feel like is going to get you the solution. So stop doing so. You don't need an alternative. You don't need to go on one, another particular way, because it's just going to end up making you feel like you're even more delayed. So you need to be faithful to something that you feel like is either going left or right at a particular time. Have some type of contract with yourself. Have some type of discipline. And then you'll realize, like, okay, well, maybe I was just kind of possessive. I was just oblivious to a particular thing because you were uncertain. You'll see it as a regret. So relax. Stop switching up on yourself. All right, what else? Somebody around you could be in a lot of regret, whether this is you or somebody else who's in regret. This could be a Libra. Heavy on the Libra. A Scorpio. This is a Libra and a Scorpio. And they feel like, okay, well, I persecuted someone. I didn't say something, or I was quiet about a situation. And now I'm ready to just kind of wrap this up and move forward. But at the point in time that all of this is happening, there's some type of conflict that's coming towards them at the same time. They feel, okay, well, let me just see if I can go through this change so that way I can have some type of fun afterwards. But then this leads to some type of rejection by the end of the year. Somebody may be fully exhausted this year. All right, let's move on. Something about cold food could be important, whether you're eating cold food or it's like, okay, well, let me sit something out before I cook it. It's like somebody making steak or something. It's like, let me just sit this out before I can get it ready. Your wishes could be coming true. It seems like you've accepted some type of accountability or you're about to. Repair something as it breaks, not before. So you don't have to be overly prepared for a situation. If you feel like something is going slowly for a reason, then it is, okay? But be careful because somebody in your family could be an op. Who are you? All right, so you could be a Gemini, a Leo, an Aries, heavy on the Aries, a Taurus, heavy on the Aries, or a Cancer. An Aries, a Cancer, a Libra, or a Capricorn. Who's the person in your family that's the op? All right, this could be a Sagittarius, a Gemini. I got to blame it on a goose. So somebody going to be like, oh, well, I was just in my right mind or whatever. They're going to try to blame it on something else. This could be a Gemini, a Sagittarius, a Scorpio. Heavy on the Scorpio. Could be a cousin or somebody that's supposed to be older than you. A Capricorn or a Gemini. Okay. Maybe there's an age difference, whether you're older or they're older. And maybe you feel like they're ignoring you or y'all don't really have a conversation. Y'all don't really have a strong relationship. And maybe they feel like you're going through some type of cycle where you're able to do things the way that you want to. And they can feel blocked off from their family. Yeah, there's a child. There's an age difference here. Whether you're younger or they're younger. Maybe both of y'all have a child or I don't know. Maybe they were the one that was loved on as a child. It's like, oh, all the family members embrace them versus you. I don't know. All right. Somebody could be wondering how you would feel if something happened. What are they wondering if you feel with what? If they went to go celebrate with their family or if they went to go do something with their family, it's like, how would you care or how would you feel about it? What if we even invited you? Would you come? Somebody's trying to figure out, okay, well, what is it that's going to get your attention or make you focus back on them? This could be somebody that has family or parents that's a Taurus, an Aries, or a Scorpio, maybe even a Capricorn. Somebody wants you to feel like, okay, well, there's going to be some type of gathering, some type of ceremony or whatever the case may be. And they know that you won't have a good time or you will be restricted throughout this. But somehow they want to make it seem like, okay, well, we can all go through a new era if you choose to do so when it comes to this relationship. There won't be some type of tension and you won't feel like you're controlled. They're lying. Okay, so just FYI when it comes to that scenario and you go into this. All right, somebody's going to have you running from the truth. Who's having you running from the truth on purpose? All right, this could be a Scorpio. This could be a Sagittarius, a Capricorn. Oh, that's not even Capricorn, it's a Cancer. It could be a Capricorn, a Cancer, an Aries, a Virgo, a Leo, or a Cancer. Okay, and maybe they're trying to make it seem like, okay, well, something will be short-lived when it comes to some type of issue, or we can have a wish granted. Things will be, you know, more than what you want. But then once things is made, when it comes to some type of decision, then they're going to suspend this and they're going to completely stop. Then they're going to feel like, okay, well, damn, now somebody really shut me down, or now I feel like I'm censored. Somebody's trying to hide from a situation and or make you run from a situation that you've been diligent in. So no. All right, what else? What song is this? This T-Pain? Yeah. All right. So you didn't make some type of mistake right now, even if you feel like, okay, well, I'm not sure how something's going to play out. Some type of ship is sailed or it was always going to sail. So it's like, damn, I quit my job 2 years ago. I did this or whatever. I did that. I ended up having a baby or I ended up, whatever the case may be, and you feel like there was some type of mistake by it, you need to go ahead and let this go and move on. Go ahead and ground yourself because this is bringing some type of security and or some type of stability towards you. If you don't let this go, you're going to go ahead and remain in some type of karmic relationship and you're going to regret doing so because you're going to realize that somebody's trying to pick you apart when it comes to some type of pieces, and it's just because they're overwhelmed. Somebody's trying to play it like they can handle everything right now, but they can't. Okay, but they feel like, okay, well, you have some type of understanding and or you'll see my side of the story if I give you some type of paradise and or sweet moment. Let this go. What else is going on in your love life? Okay, so you actually may not be heartbroken over this person. Maybe you're actually just feeling guilty every time y'all separate. It's like, okay, well, you just hate the fact that somehow you got back in the cycle. Somehow you feel guilty for the damage you caused yourself, and or you feel like something is a sticky situation. So now you're daydreaming of some type of peace. You're actually going to be sad. You feel like you're going to be sad if they're heartbroken or if they start acting crazy or whatever the case may be. But you also feel like you just need to separate yourself from some type of illusion that they're giving you that's not real. But you're indecisive on how to do so because, again, they're either trying to fix the situation or y'all still have some type of chemistry. So it's like, okay, well, how much time can I give them? What kind of boundary can I put up? Or how can I ease myself out of this situation? And maybe they feel like, okay, well, I'm addicted to having a new chapter and or seeing that you're the person for me. We can get married. We can do whatever we can do to get this completed, even though there's some type of secrets or even though there's some type of confusion about responsibilities and or kids. They want to still play the game. It's up to you to go towards this new chapter and completely stand on that. Somebody also could be wanting to come and approach you because I'm hearing Daddy's Home by Usher. All right, something about peacocks could be important. Maybe you no longer see somebody in different ways. There also could be somebody around you that's a part of the LGBTQA community. And maybe some y'all had some type of sexual experience, but it wasn't all the way to the end. So maybe I didn't actually have intercourse, but there could have been some type of oral, there could have been some type of whatever, or maybe somebody wanted to talk about it or just interested in it. This could be a Pisces, a Capricorn, an Aquarius, a Pisces, a Libra, or an Aries. Somebody is a part of the LGBTQA community, even though they try to come towards you by the book or do things balanced, or maybe you met this person at their job and they feel like, okay, well, I just want to make sure I'm focused on work or whatever the case may be. They have some type of appreciation for you walking away from them if they still off to you. It's like you didn't push the narrative, you didn't go back towards them, you didn't do anything. And they feel like, okay, well, damn, well, maybe something was a mistake. They feel like something about you is very much impressive and they want to have some more satisfaction, but they feel like, okay, well, how do we get back into this because I've already disengaged from you? Somebody can feel like you're very sophisticated and or that you know how to self-indulge. There's something about you that they really like to focus on. They want your attention at this point in time, but they can feel like you're determined to have some type of discipline for yourself. And or they feel like you're going to make them see themselves as far as being in their ego. So somebody don't truly want to address you, but they do. But they're a part of the LGBTQA community. If you didn't know that already. Alright, what else? Make sure you're reading through everything or you're doing things the way that you need to. I don't know if this is you filing your taxes or getting something done because something could be right in front of your face. It's like, pay attention. There could also be somebody around you that's drinking themselves out of some type of issue. Maybe they feel like you already know something about their sexual life and or what they do and how something is forbidden. Who is this? This could be somebody that likes dark liquor. Alright, so this could be a Pisces and Aries, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Pisces, a Sagittarius. What's on the floor? An Aquarius, or I can't get to it, so I don't know. There's another one down there. Just be careful when it comes to it because somebody's going to say something to you and you're going to side-eye them. You're going to see that somebody's trying to tempt you and or that they're trying to put you in some type of situation. And yes, it will be a big mess if you put yourself into it. So although you fear some type of separation and or you want to take responsibility of how something ends or do something by yourself, you need to walk away. You'll get what you want in about 9 to 12 months when it comes to a contract, a relationship, and or somebody that you feel like is like-minded. It's not this person around you that drinks this dark liquor. Okay. All right, let's see. What else we got for the collective? I'm ready to switch to stations. So something about you not really wanting to hear the same things or experience the same things. I don't know if you want to go to a random city or you just want to go do something by yourself. All right, so there could be somebody around that's cheating and or part of a third party. And maybe they feel like, okay, well, I can just come into the situation as a secret admirer. But there's going to be some type of reaction that they're going to have to end up giving and or that they're going to get from somebody in this situation. They could be sleeping with somebody that you know unintentionally. And or you're going to end up sleeping with somebody that they know unintentionally. This could be a secret admirer and they're going to want to keep their secret. But be careful because they could want to sleep with you on purpose to get the other person's attention. All right. You could be using a job, a friend, or a family as an excuse to leave the house. So, oh, I can't be around my kid right now. Or I can't do this right now because I got to go work. Or my mom just called me. Or, oh, somebody needs my help. Somebody's trying to get out of their own responsibilities. And this could be somebody that ends up losing a certain type of case, especially based off of their habits. You could be double taken when you walk around somebody. Or I don't know if they look good, they smell good, or just something catches your attention with someone. And this is going to make you feel like, okay, well, maybe I can truly start over. Maybe somebody comes back towards you like you really caught their attention. Right now, I'm listening to Rockin' That Shit by The Dream. You're going to be finding exactly what you're looking for, okay? Somebody didn't think you were capable of something particular, and you're going to realize by Sagittarius season that you always were. You're no longer going tit for tat for someone, so that's good. There's a new Aries that's coming around towards you, and or that's already in your DMs, and they're going to get something to try one more time for the last time. If you've been worried about finances, the money is on the way, especially if you've been thinking about doing some type of fasting, whether it's intermittent fasting or some type of water fasting, whatever the case may be for yourself. If you get back with somebody, the baby will come. Especially if you already had a kid with them and you don't want another kid with them. It wasn't a good situation. It wasn't a good pregnancy. It wasn't a good postpartum, whatever. Be honest with yourself. You do it again, a baby will come. Okay? You just need to allow them to trap themselves or keep moving forward. Somebody got pregnant quicker than expected, whether this was your first child and or you will if you go back to somebody that you shouldn't. You can recreate and define your own. There's a Sagittarius around you that's no good. You need to walk away, especially if they have the initials Q as in quilt or B as in boy. Okay, this is not a sign. The title says collective. All right, let's do one more before we go into a personal. All right, a major change is here, okay? But you may be having a loss of appetite as you go through this. Maybe there's something that you're stopped doing, whether this is smoking, drinking, or whatever the case may be. You're not sleeping as well, but a change is coming towards you. All right, you also could be running into someone who's like a funeral director or they own their own building for whatever reason. Keep standing on business when it comes to that person. Just appreciate their feedback. There is someone that could be leaving your life. So my condolences if this is someone that's passing or this is going to be someone that's creating some type of boundary. The initial C could be important, first or last. You could have an Android and or thinking about changing your phones, changing your cell carriers or something about you getting a new device, new Apple device could be important. You can't trust somebody around you with your emotions, okay? The initial C could be important and or you'll meet this person. You could be thinking about politics and or watching videos about them. Make sure you trust your intuition when it comes to a situation. Somebody wants to know if you're a unicorn and or when it comes to sexual things, what you're open to. Okay, somebody could be flirting with you in front of somebody else and this could be awkward. This could be a Gemini and or this is happening in May. If you had a question, the answer is yes. You also could be a Capricorn because that came out for the reading today. You were invisible until you walked away or until you walk away, they're going to still see you as someone that's invisible. You could be making a big purchase soon. Something about a MacBook or maybe somebody needs some type of like, I don't know if you need a TV or a MacBook or something like that could be important. Maybe even furniture, like a new couch. You're not going to force or beg somebody to help you if you already asked them. They heard you the first time. Somebody's going to miss talking to you at the point that you let them know that the days are gone. What song is this? This is Can't Be Friends by Trey Songz. So somebody's already knowing that you're about to detach from them, and now they're going to try to give you more of the story and or the truth because it feels like, okay, well, they want to have both your trust and your confidence. You may be wondering who's attracted to you on social media and who's going to make some type of progress when it comes to you. It's not worth the process if you're on some type of dating site, so go ahead and get off of that. Somebody wants you to care and or miss them, but it seems like right now you have no stress. And now they're like, okay, well, what would you say or what are you thinking when it comes to them? You could be walking away. All right, let's see. Who's sent in for their personal? All right, what's your topic, love? Let me know if you're still here. If not, I'll send you your money back. We'll go back to the collective. Are you still here? Let me scroll to the bottom. I think we're gonna refund you. All right, let's do that. Okay, cool. All right, you can resend in if you were just filtered out, but I just refunded your money, so I didn't see your comments for your topic. All right, let's go into the next collective message. All right, there could be a Gemini or a Taurus. Somebody feels like, okay, well, I want to get out of my head. It's just more than enough at this point in time. If like they've invested in a lot, or they have a lot to look at and look back at, and they're going to trust themselves moving forward as they go through some type of change. But there could be some type of destruction to their work and or to something that they feel like they've mastered. And this is going to end up in some type of delay or disappointments. So something also could be, I don't know if somebody's online or if somebody's traveling. Somebody could be talking about how they're going to move forward or how they're going to make something work or changing the way that they do something particular. But there still may be some type of ending and or some type of enemies that comes towards them. It feels like, okay, well, yes, you've been reliable or you've been seeing something a little bit different, but at the same time, something that's still stubborn or something that still needs to be obsolete for whatever reason. It's like they still got some type of pressure. Somebody also could be worried about going to court. I don't know if there is some type of debt. This could be an eviction. This could be somebody could be trying to get their like a bankruptcy case. They could be trying to get something cleared. And feel like, okay, well, how can I get some type of guidance so that way there's not really an issue. There's some type of compromise. And they've been persistent in doing everything that they've been told, but somehow something is not really getting completed the way that they need to. So somebody could be trying to work while they're going through some type of transition, but they could be losing a property and or just kind of losing something for themselves. And it's like they're trying to trust themselves through it. Why does this matter to you? Okay, so somebody could feel like you're tenderhearted, that you're somebody that they can talk to. You'll tell them the truth and or that you'll be able to give them some type of realistic ideas and or some type of plan. There's something that they feel like they don't see when it comes to their family and or their stability. And they feel like, okay, well, let's just see if I can find some type of relief and or some type of shelter throughout a conversation. But it's like their energy, everything kind of just pops right back out. And so there's something that they definitely have to address and or change before something happens. They could be hesitant when it comes to a situation. Maybe they didn't want to close out a situation with this Aquarius, this Virgo, this Libra. Have you on a Virgo or a Libra, maybe even a Cancer? And this ended up stagnating them when it comes to something that they were mastering. And it's like, okay, well, they're still able to communicate, but now it's like people don't trust them or people don't really look at them. If that's not them, then that's the person that they're dealing with. And that person that they're dealing with could be going through some type of huge loss that they're about to because of a judge or because of a mother figure or somebody that's around them. Yeah, they could be the person that they're trying to talk to could be trying to settle down, but they feel like this is not working. And the judge is like, okay, well, you had a wish fulfillment to cause some type of issue and or to be impatient, and you didn't have some type of lack of control. So now I'm going to present an opportunity for you to have a new start, sure, but you're going to have to change something, and you're going to have to be confident about some type of burden or how you do something or how something works. And they may start carrying the weight of this. It's like, okay, well, I have to have a lot of energy and know exactly what action to take to get through this new start. But they may have a lack of patience or a lack of control over it. Yeah, I just sent you your money back because I was asking you about your topic. And I never sent you an answer. All right, let's move forward. Someone could be pregnant. Congratulations, if so. Somebody could be a single end up being a single parent. It's like, okay, well, we created a relationship or we created this baby, but we're not together, we're not married, or maybe we're doing things kind of a little extreme anyway. Somebody's going to want to come back towards you and stabilize in the end. They could be in their head at this point in time, but in the end, they're going to accept this. They're going to feel like, okay, I'm not going to lie to you. They are going to feel like they're settling. They're going to like, okay, well, this is just second best, or I'll just deal with this best case scenario. Yeah, and somehow this may throw you off, or may you feel like, okay, well, somebody's just deceptive and or moody, but somebody is going to want to try. So maybe you're going to end up giving them a chance at the point in time that you feel like somebody's hitting certain marks about themselves or what you're needing. You guys may end up making it work, even if you wasn't planning on doing so in the beginning. All right, what else? Okay, so if you're going through some type of change and or cycle right now, just have some type of optimism about it. Know that you can be celebrated and or you can indulge even just a little bit with yourself or people around you. There's going to be something that's presented to you that's going to make you feel like you're strong and or confident and knowing what to take. You also could be having a new start when it comes to your looks or something that makes you feel courageous, or it's like, okay, well, you can feed into your feisty side. There's something that it's gonna make you feel like, okay, well, I don't really care if somebody has hidden agendas because you're embracing who you are and where you're going. It's like, okay, well, you don't really have anything to look over your shoulder about. You made some type of decision, you were determined to do so, and now there's some type of success. Yeah, you can go ahead and send it in. That's fine. Now, if you're ignoring yourself for whatever reason, if you're feeling a little confused, you're not trusting yourself, or you feel like, okay, well, you're not really sure what to embrace, there could be somebody around you that you're having conversations with that's actually not being tender to you that you need to change. Once you have a new start when it comes to this, you'll have a boost in your confidence, and or you'll want to feed back into yourself the way that you need to. You'll take the opportunity to move forward. This doesn't have to be love. It could be somebody in your family or just somebody around you that you don't need to be talking to. This even could be a neighbor that triggers you or something like that. So just get out of your head when it comes to a situation. There also could be a new friend, a new community, a new gym, or just something that's new that you're going towards. And maybe you're going to feel a little thrown off. It's like, okay, well, I'm not really sure how to get something done, or if people are going to ignore you. As you move forward, you're going to have more confidence in talking to people and or how people approach you. Because maybe it's time for you to get out and explore and do things that's not related to your job or not related to the system that you have when it comes to your lifestyle. All right, so just FYI when it comes to that. All right, let's go ahead and go into your reading real quick. All right, let's do what's hidden. What don't you see coming? You don't see that you're going to be able to take a break. You're going to be able to reflect on the time period that you feel like you've had to work through a lot and or get things done. You had to be self-reliant. Maybe you're going through some type of break right now and you feel like, okay, well, I'm still trying to be self-reliant, but you actually have some type of great ease. But there can be somebody around you that you feel like is bitter and or hurt when it comes to situations. So you're trying to relax when it comes to it and reflect on either how you can work in sync and or how you're going to be able to have some type of stamina to get through the situation. There could be somebody that's young around you, and this person could be very self-reliant, but it seems like from time to time, you're not sure about their endurance and or how they're going to act either in front of other people. They'll be able to get it together. Maybe they get confused or they kind of get in their emotions whenever they get a no, whenever something's blocked off when it comes to them. There could be somebody around you and you don't see this coming. This could be a Taurus, a Sagittarius, a Libra. And somebody's want to spark your curiosity about what you've been enduring and or how they can end a situation for you and give you some type of great ease when it comes to your lifestyle. But somebody's going to break the rules. So it's unlikely that they're actually going to follow through when it comes to it. So the answer is no. Continue to do something by yourself, even if you feel like, okay, well, it requires a whole lot of effort and you're not sure how something's going to pay off and or be unpredictable. Still do it anyway. Okay, your perception is going to matter. There also could be somebody that's coming towards you that wants to either have a new relationship with you and or a fresh start. This could be a Cancer, an Aries, heavy on the Cancer, a Libra, Aquarius, a Aries, or a Capricorn. Maybe initially when there was either some type of age difference or whenever you first met them, there was some type of warmth to y'all relationship, but you feel like this person had a marriage or there was something that they were trying to focus on. Maybe they had multiple kids and you think, okay, well, I'm pushing back from this or I'm moving anyway. There's something that happened that caused you all to like either disconnect or just let this relationship go. Somebody's coming towards you. And it's very likely that they actually want to have something serious with you. They're going to put in the time and give you something that they feel like is a wish fulfillment. But it seems like even if you get some type of endurance to this person and or see how they apply to a situation, it's only going to restore you but so much because they could be communicating with somebody that they either had a child with or someone that they feel like they've had a lot of relationships with. So just be careful when it comes to that. All right, what else you don't see coming before we get your confirmations? You're actually going to have options. I don't know if you've been eating ice cream or you've been craving something sweet. Somebody also, I don't know if you're pregnant, but somebody could be throwing up or somebody could be gagging a little bit. I don't know. But there's going to be something that you're able to move forward with, and you're going to have some type of choices and or temptations. It's like, okay, great. Now that I know something's moving forward when it comes to my finances, my legacy, or whatever that I needed, you know, can I go buy something for myself? Can I go do something for myself? Or what options do I have? You're going to be able to choose. There also could be somebody that wants to, let's see if you want to have fun with them. This could be another earth sign and or fire sign. They could come off like, okay, well, I have a foundation, I have a business and things are moving forward, but they could be confused off of their past and or a person. This person is non-committal. They don't follow the rules and or they don't want to. So just FYI when it comes to it. There also could be a DJ. I don't know if you know a DJ or somebody with those initials. And it seems like, okay, well, they're kind of just watching you in your own element. They could be holding back or seeing like you're saving yourself when it comes to some type of marriage or relationships. They could feel like they want to invest in you as well. You could have different options and it seems like they're just watching you have fun. All right, anything else you don't see coming besides these love options and choosing what you want to do with your money? Something could be taken off. Maybe you're going on a flight. Something will be worth the risk, okay? You could be making a selfish move or somebody else made a selfish move and they're going to have to work on their self-esteem. Again, it's a big change to your money and maybe you're going to get some type of runaway or you're going to just do something for yourself. Somebody could be inviting you to have a drink after work or after something that y'all normally do or you see each other do for whatever reason. You should take something from them. If you take something from them, you will lose. So if somebody try to give you something and it's because they're trying to plead the case, don't take it from them. Go ahead and walk away from it. Make sure you're not suffering in silence. If it's something that you need to speak up about and or get completed, go ahead and get it done because you're going to end up surrendering to a situation you don't need to be in. It's like you're procrastinating when it comes to a situation. You have some type of default thinking that it's one particular person and it's not. So you need to stop doing that as well. But somebody in a relationship wants your attention. Again, they're already in a relationship. All right, what's your follow-up yes or no question? It doesn't have to be related. Whenever you're ready. Maybe you feel like you're waiting right now, but you're going to be happy that you went through some type of waiting period. I had to highlight the fact that you were sad or there was some type of disappointment that whenever you had to hold on or whenever you feel like you were going through some type of situation, you had to protect your own finances, your materials or whatever. You had to adapt. So this period was important for you. All right, what's your question? It doesn't have to be related, yes or no. The song I got planned for you, what song is this? This is Insecure by Jasmine Sullivan and Bryson Tiller. So you could definitely feel like there's somebody around you that's insecure. Will I find a better job in the next month? Yes, you will. And you're going to be optimistic about it once you start, but there may be some type of disappointment while you're there. And you may feel, okay, well, I just need to trust the process and or just focus. Know that there will be will bridge you to a new start, even if, again, if you hate somebody that's around you. You may not like a coworker, a manager, and or just somebody that interviews you. All right? But congratulations in advance. All right, let's move forward. All right, go ahead and send in for your question, and we can check for you. All right, back to the collective. You're welcome, love. Thank you for being here. All right, if you had some type of movers that recently broke your items, and I'm going to say within the last 3 years, somebody actually may come back towards you and speak up. There could be a Scorpio, Aries relationship around here, and both of them are karmic. You don't need to cancel on someone particular, but I don't know if this is the same person, so let's see. Who don't you need to cancel on? But this is your story. This could be a Gemini, heavy on the Gemini or a Leo, okay? Even if the answer is no, even if you don't want to do something as far as like moving forward, don't cancel on them. This also could be a Sagittarius. What's up with this Scorpio and this Aries? Let's see. Are they in a relationship? Oh, okay. So either they're in a relationship and they've been in a relationship for a while or they're friends. Either way, they're both karmic. What do they want? Okay, so somebody feels like, okay, well, I want to control some type of opportunity and or come towards you based off of your hard work and your focus. They want to present something towards you because they feel like you have some type of health and or comfort. They're going to try to be fair and or realistic. They're going to try to charm you. But in the process of this, you're going to already know to walk away. You already decided something's unstable and or somebody's having issues when it comes to their own marriage, especially if this is Aries. So somebody wants to embrace you and or make some type of decision or see if they can encourage you to make some type of decision when it comes to a job, an opportunity, and or how you can move forward. But you may already have some type of clear mind that you need to protect yourself and walk away because it's not going to hit the milestone that you want. Somebody's like, oh, I know that you have this issue. I know that you have this problem. You can come work for me. You can come do this for me. Absolutely not. Now, if these people are married and they've been married for a while, they could have 3 kids or there could be people around them that's young. Maybe they're around a toddler. And it feels like, okay, well, we have to talk about some type of decision that was made regarding some type of house, opportunity, a job, or whatever the case may be to figure out how we're going to move forward. But there could be a judge around them or somebody else around them that feels like, but there's some type of health concern. Maybe they're even a doctor. And somebody feels like, okay, well, we're not going to be able to do what we want to when it comes to a scenario. Something's going to be bad news or there's going to be some type of gossip. So a couple could be thinking about canceling a trip or canceling an anniversary or canceling something particular because they're going to end up having to go in front of a judge or they're going to have to end up doing something based off of someone else. This is because they decided to isolate someone. They wanted this person that they isolated to feel like they were stagnated and or insecure. They wanted this person to feel very negligent so that way they would be disappointed. And the only thing that it did was actually cause them to be cold to either the grandchild or to someone else that they didn't need to. And now they're feeling unstable with this decision. They're feeling the burden of it. They could be trying to move forward with this air sign and or again, they're trying to move forward when it comes to this doctor and or this attorney that's giving them something that's realistic when it comes to a plan. But somehow, some way, they feel like they're still caught in the middle or there's still something that's going to be a painful choice. Again, this could be based off of a child or just somebody who was conceived or somebody who had some type of childishness that was going on related to their structure and or their abilities. Okay, somebody could have been overreactive sexually or doing something a little too much. All right, so you could be running into these two people. Prayers to them. It's like prayers, sorrows. Oh, I think Bridgerton comes out this week. Maybe you watch Bridgerton? I don't know. Something will be identified. You could be trying to figure out who you are, what your purpose is, and what's important to you right now. Something about a nail tech, a nail salon, or maybe you're thinking about getting your nails done, getting your nails changed, or something about maybe you know a nail tech that's trying to figure out what their purpose is. Go completely silent. Let's see. Who you need to go silent on? All right, this could be a Virgo, a Pisces. This Aries popped out again. This could be a Taurus, an air sign, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, a Scorpio, a Taurus for sure, and Aquarius. I'm not saying it's all of them. Be honest with yourself about who this is. And maybe right now somebody don't seem like they broke your trust or something is not as bad as it could have been. And somebody don't seem like they're too helpless and or powerless. But if you take a power look, it seems like they don't trust themselves at all. They are very manipulative. They assess whenever they can move forward or whenever they can do things the way that they want to. So you need to walk away. You could be somebody that's sexually frustrated because I'm listening to Girls Need Love by Summer Walker. All right, what else? All right, give yourself some type of time to explore. Make sure you're not feeling lazy when it comes to doing things outside of work, outside of your family. You could be an earth sign and or have an earth sign family member. That could be a fire sign that's stalking you, and it seems like you're going to have to defend yourself when it comes to it. You could be crying in the car or in the shower, and this doesn't have to be like a boohoo crying. Maybe it's like, okay, well, I'm ready to explore, and I'm ready to completely go silent on a person, but I'm sad because I have to let this relationship go, or, you know, things is just going to be completely done. You're letting a part of yourself go. It's time to keep it 100 with you and one of them. So you may be crying in the shower or in the car, or it's just something that's like emotional as you let something go. But make sure you're not doubting yourself because this doubt is going to cost you a lot. It's going to be expensive in the end. If you're not going to work, you're about to get fired. It just is what it is. If you haven't been going to work for whatever reason, even if you feel like they've been working with you, if you feel like, okay, well, I have a valuable reason, it just is what it is. Be honest with yourself, okay? Somebody telling you that they didn't, that they blocked somebody or they didn't block somebody or, you know, that they ignored somebody, they're lying. Just FYI. You have everything that you need. You just could be, again, questioning yourself and or doubting yourself. You need to let this go. Oh, well, it is what it is. Somebody around you could be a part of the LGBTQA community and they could be experiencing something that's going to actually scare them straight. Maybe they're going to be having some type of knee pains and this is how you'll know who this is. Who's part of the LGBTQA that's going through this experience. Something about a combination could be important. I don't know if this is a lock. Somebody could have like a storage unit. And on the storage unit, instead of it being like a key, it's a combination lock. All right, this could be a Libra, a Cancer, Scorpio, a Pisces, an Aries, a Leo, or a Virgo. Okay, so just FYI when it comes to this person. Maybe they've been having conversations secretly and behind the scenes. They could either be deleting this or it's like they don't want people to know. So just FYI when it comes to that. But yeah, they are a part of the LGBTQA community. And maybe they're trying to move forward from this because they feel like, okay, well, I'll be heartbroken if I move forward and to have some type of success when it comes to this relationship. And it is no longer a desire or it was just a phase. They also feel like there could be somebody around them. They could have an Aries, a father figure, or somebody, a coworker. And they feel like, okay, well, somebody's going to be very hyperactive and arrogant about this if I say something or if I tell the truth about who I am. Somebody don't want to be honest about their sexual desires, okay? But they may go through some type of experience that's going to scare them straight. Hopefully they don't go sleep with somebody and then, I don't know, end up getting jumped or something. All right, what else is going on? All right, so you know that you hurt them. Who are you? And this don't have to mean physical. This could also mean you hurt somebody's ego. You could be an air sign, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You could be an earth sign, more specifically a Taurus. Who did you hurt? You could hurt a Virgo, a Sagittarius, a Cancer, a Gemini, a Libra, or a Capricorn. And you know that you hurt them. What you do? Let's see. What song is this? I Love the Shit by August. How you hurt them? You made them feel invisible. Either you ghost them, you disappeared on them, and or you felt like, okay, well, I'm gonna let this person run themselves into a trap, run themselves into some type of emotional storm. Maybe somehow you felt like, okay, well, you could have helped them out of some type of situation, and they depend on you because y'all have some type of a bond, and or they could confide in you. But you feel like somebody was just on some type of downward spiral. It's like, okay, well, I'll just sit there and let them go through some type of chaos. You watched something happen, basically. Yeah, but it seems like this actually could have increased their self-love, and or at the point that they started to love on themselves, they started to discover the truth about this. It's like, okay, well, I already know that something was reckless, or the reason why we were together anyway, it was reckless, and they're ending it anyway. So that somebody don't feel bad about it. It's like, yeah, you hurt me, but I learned from it. I learned myself, and all right, it just is what it is. This could be somebody that recently ate some type of breakfast, even if they went by themselves. Their ex could be around, and or your ex is. You need to focus on next steps if so. Somebody could have celebrated too early. Who celebrated too early? Somebody could be a smoker. All right, this could be a Virgo. This could be a Libra. I didn't even see that Pisces behind there. This could be a Pisces as well, and or a Taurus. Somebody feels like, okay, well, I have everything that I need when it comes to my sanctuary, my home, and or my family. I don't really see what's coming towards me, and or I don't really see if anybody investigating. I don't really see anybody talking about a certain scenario. So that way I can go ahead and support myself and or support anything that I want when it comes to my resources or what I feel like is important. They also feel like they have a resource when it comes to relationships. So it's like at the point that something feels like a burden, they can get out of it. They feel like with the person that they're in a relationship with, they could be going through some type of financial issue. And so they're using this all as leverage. And somebody's going to hate at the point that they become practical. And they feel like, okay, well, this relationship is causing conflict, and I'm just going to work on the situation. They're going to hate it. But they celebrated too early. They also could be talking to their family. And it's like, okay, well, their family feels like they don't really see how something is a burden or why something would be a burden. And then they're going to investigate some type of finances and or somebody's balance and when it comes to their resources. And it's like, okay, well, you have a relationship or you have some type of issue when it comes to finances, and you need to shed the old you and protect yourself. So they're going to end up putting themselves embarrassed in front of their own family. They could have been trying to embarrass the person that they were using. They celebrated too early when it comes to a situation. Didn't work out. All right. Buy the gift either for yourself or somebody else around you. Even if you feel like there's a type of fear, worries, or tense situations, you don't need to be worried about trolls. Okay. You could feel like you wasted money on a product, a service, and or a person. It's like you bought something you were really excited to use. And so, oh, but you ain't used it yet, or you haven't done something yet. It's like, oh, I don't know if I wasted my money. You are protected when it comes to a situation. You just may need new friends and or good friends. Okay. This is not a particular sign. This is a collective. Someone is talking shit about their own kids. They came out for Leo's reading today. So if you're a Leo, go look at that. Or if you're dealing with a Leo, hopefully that's not your parent. There could be some type of report that's coming out. Don't call and text that person once you get some type of report, or once you see who was trying to steal from you or take something from you. Don't even say anything about it. Don't approach them. Don't do anything about it because they already know what they were trying to do. The initial cue could be important. That client or coworker cannot be trusted. They could be just stating the obvious and or trying to do something to get your attention. Okay, there could be a genuine mix-up that happens. Go ahead and laugh about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even know I was supposed to be here, or what was supposed to be happening, or what was going on. You could be living in the home but feeling stuck and unhappy. It's like, oh, I don't really know if I'm going to renew my lease. I don't really know how something's going to pan out. There's something that's just making you feel a little unhappy. So rehabilitate yourself when it comes to that. You could know a stepchild, a step-parent, and or you could be becoming one. If you know a stepchild or a step-parent, somebody could be feeling like they're in a bond at this point in time. And you're like, okay, well, hey, as long as something makes sense to you, I don't really care. You could be letting it to be them or letting them deal with their own situation. There could be kids that's climbing all over you or all over the furniture throughout the day, or, it's like right before they go to bed. Something about listening to Ashanti or somebody that you went to school with could have been named Ashanti. I don't know. You could be baking some type of treats or desserts, or maybe again you have a sweet tooth, or there's something that you're like, oh, I haven't made this yet, or maybe you're gonna give an offering to your ancestors, like you're gonna bake some brownies, a cake, or whatever the case may be, and you realize that something was fated to happen. Yes, you're realizing, oh, this is it, or you are able to focus. You just had to change your route and or routine. There could be an Aries that's around that's going through an audit or that's about to. Okay, if you feel like doing nothing today, go ahead and do nothing today and allow yourself to relax. So this is going to play out in within the next 1 to 3 months. You could be having an HR meeting and or an interview. Speak up before something comes out. So if you have something that's on your record or something that you need to talk about, oh, I got fired or whatever the case may be, they actually may not be they may not care about it. They may just be like, oh, okay, cool. But you need to say something before they find out. You may not need to be worried about a thing overall, because you're going to realize that something is a one, whether it's a house, a person, a job, or just something that you're looking for. But again, you need to make a decision whether you're going to barbecue or mildew. You still have people around you that hurt you, and you need to figure out why. Something's going to happen after your next birthday, especially if you're waiting on some type of change in your route and or your routine. There could be an initial V. Somebody around you with the initial V could be around. This could be a fire sign that's stalking you, and or they know a fire sign that is stalking you. You will have a great manager, and or you will become one. Overall, you will have some type of clarity on what to do next and or what's coming. Just give yourself some type of time to make a move and or decide what more you need. Okay. All right. Let's switch decks. What's playing? Right now, we got Janae Aiko playing. Stranger. Alright, what else we got going on? I gotta get that mini redone. What time is it? Alright, we're gonna do one more message before I hop off. Okay, so if you're feeling like there's something that's just not as lucky as it should be, make sure you're not emotionally manipulating yourself. If you're worried about your finances, you're worried about something that you don't have, get out of your feelings when it comes to this. You need to stay strong and or you need to stay resilient when it comes to a situation, because your spirit team is here to help you. You have some type of guides. You also could be silently not saying something when it comes to something that was happening too much. I don't know if this was like, okay, you were drinking too much, you was eating too much. There was something that was happening quietly too much that was emotionally manipulating you to think that you didn't have some type of luck and or fortune. And so now that you isolate yourself from this, you're blessed that, okay, you have the knowledge or you have something that you need that's going to light the way up. And or you're going to just see the signs as clear as day. You also could be trying to teach your parents something or help your parents through something. And say, okay, well, they're not sick or there's nothing that they can't do for themselves. But at the same time, it's like they're a little slow to use technology, or they're a little slow to update their resume. They're a little slow to do something particular, and you could be helping your family member. Now, be also careful, because you also could know that there's some type of robbery or some type of theft or some type of issue that's happening behind the scenes. All right, who's going through this? Somebody knows about some type of theft, whether something was taken, whether something was, somebody was trying to break into somebody's house, or maybe somebody did some type of insurance fraud. There could be a Taurus, a Virgo, a Libra, a Cancer that knows about this, and something's going to come out regardless in a few weeks. And maybe somebody's trying to be balanced right now. It's like, okay, as long as I'm planning or I'm thinking strategically when it comes to relationship and or being affectionate to this person, that any type of worry or anything that I'm worried about, I can just soothe myself throughout time. As long as I'm being practical, that's not how that's going to go. It's not. The law is out here and it's going to balance something out, and they're going to have to talk about it. They're not going to be able to be quiet about it at all.